Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Also, be careful down in the comment section of the videos. A lot of spam, a lot of scammers. I will never ask you to contact me by WhatsApp or Telegram. I also do not invest money for my subscribers. So please be careful. Don't get yourself scammed. What an incredible start to my Friday morning. I'm watching the chairman of the Federal Reserve on national TV at Jackson Hole tell everybody interest rates gonna come down. Yes, sirski. Yes, sirski. And guess what the market is doing? Going bananas. The market is going bananas right now. All we needed, and I told you guys, all we needed was for the Federal Reserve Chair to come out today and give us the thumbs up that interest rates are coming down in September, and he did that. He did that. He did that. He did that. Now the question is, do you buy now or do you wait after earnings? That's the question. Do you buy right now or do you wait after earnings? I can tell you right now, we're going to dive into that discussion today, and I'm going to walk you guys through it from my perspective. Not a financial advisor, can't tell you what to do, but from my perspective, I'm going to walk you through this thing. I told y'all this was going to happen. I told you this week. Monday, I told you. Wednesday, minutes coming out from the July Fed meeting. And then Friday, if the chair comes out and gives clear direction that interest rates are coming down, this thing going to the moon. And then you got, and then on the August 28th, you got Nvidia coming out with its Q2 numbers, baby. This is perfect for us, guys. As Nvidians, and I'm talking to my wealth builders on the private mentorship club. We consider ourselves Nvidians. We different. We just different. Us Nvidians are just different. We just a little bit different because we've been buying this thing like crazy for months. See, that's what the Nvidians have been doing. The Nvidians have been buying this thing like crazy. While everybody was saying it's going to zero, guess what we did? We kept buying. And we got a bunch of discounted Nvidia stock. We're Nvidians, or Nvidians, whatever you want to call us. Just call us money. This is money, right? This is wealth. This is how you capture wealth. This is how you go from nothing to wealth. Guys, y'all ain't seen nothing yet. You wait till next Wednesday, the 28th. You ain't seen nothing yet. This is just a prelude, if I'm using that term correctly. Prelude. This is a prelude. Temperature check. 128.94 and climbing. We might get to 135 before end of close today, guys. We may get to 135. Nvidians, get in where you fit in. Get in where you fit in, Nvidians. Wealth builders, y'all know who I'm talking about. You wealth builders, all 1,000 of you. Job well done. Job well done, Nvidians. But we ain't done. We ain't done yet. We ain't done. We ain't done yet. Hey, listen to me, guys. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay. You can join the Nvidians. You can join the wealth builders and get yourself some wealth. All you got to do is get down to the description box and click on that website link, www.richardfain.net. and get yourself over to the private mentorship club. We got 1,000 people over there in 4 months. And guess what? We've been buying this stock for a while. Some of y'all brand new. Oh, golly, I'm brand new here. What's going on with this Nvidia stuff? Get over to the Wealth Builders. We've been doing this for a minute now. We've been buying this stock on the low for a minute. But that's what we do in the Wealth Builders. That's why it's called Wealth Builders. We build wealth. And we're Nvidians. We just different. We built different. But you can join us. All you got to do, you got to be willing to become a Nvidian. Well, again, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just telling you, forget the stock. Just think about a way of life. Just think about a community of people who are going in a direction where they will control 100% of their time. They will control their own financial destiny. They will have their own financial power back again. They will be independent, not dependent. See, that's what Nvidians are. We are a people, we are a culture of wealth builders. And we use paper assets to get us there. That's what we do. We use paper assets to give us more time, more freedom, and more choices. And so happened that we ran across this company called Nvidia, and we've decided to become Nvidians. So that's what we do. We build wealth. You can join us though. Get down in the description box and click on that website link, www.richardfain.net. Listen, we're not experts. We're not financial advisors. We're not stock analysts. We're just regular, ordinary people who've decided we're going to build wealth and we're going to do it together. That's all. That's all you get over there is just a bunch of crazy Nvidians who are crazy about wealth and get into that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Just a bunch of crazy Nvidians are over there. But guess what? We gonna be okay because this ain't nothing. Right here is just the beginning, guys. Next week, in my opinion, on August 28th, when the market closes and Nvidia's CEO or whoever gives out these earnings report numbers, I think that changes the game. And on top of that, y'all know we got rate cuts coming in September because the Federal Reserve Chairman had already said it. He already said it this morning. Rate cuts locked in. Now guess what we're waiting on? All we waiting on right now is to figure out how much the rate will be cut. 25 basis points, 50 basis points. We don't know that yet. But I'm sure the market gonna chime in real soon. Right? So, here we go. If you want to take advantage of an opportunity, guys, I'm talking about an opportunity to transfer wealth to you and your family. You better perk up, get your antennas up, be ready to execute. All you got to do, if you want to join us, is get down in the description box and click on that Moo link. It's the very first link in the description box. If you want to join us and be able to position yourself so that you can transfer some wealth to yourself, get down in the description box and click on that Moo link. Open up that Moo account today. They're going to give you up to 20 free stocks for just trying out their brokerage app. That's my primary brokerage app that I use to build my wealth through buying paper assets. Not an expert, not a financial advisor, not a CFP, just a regular smuggler. Just a regular smuggler that found companies that I can hitch my financial wagon to that take me to the moon. I just found Triple Crown, thoroughbred companies who grow like crazy. I've just found some of those companies, man. You can find them too. You ain't got to be no expert at this. All you got to do is follow the blueprint. It's a blueprint that the 1% has given everybody if you know how to find it and execute it. It's a blueprint. You ain't got to be no, teach me how to read cash flow statements. Why? What do I want to learn how to read cash flow statements for? Now, fortunate for me, I know how to read cash flow statements because I was a commercial banker for 25 years. But if you ain't no commercial banker, you ain't studying to be a commercial banker, and you don't need that for your profession, why in the world would you need to learn how to read cash flow statements? What you need to learn how to do is follow the 1% and just copy their plan. You don't need all that cash flow statement stuff. You can still be broke. Because it ain't gonna do but confuse you. Because number one, you can't learn to read cash flow statements in one YouTube video. You're not gonna get it. It takes years of experience, guys. Nobody ain't got time for that. What I can do right now, right away, is follow the 1%. What they do, I do. That's what I'm doing. And that's what that 1,000 Nvidians, wealth builders on the private mentorship club, that's what we do. We just follow the 1%. We know enough information to be dangerous. Everything else is just copy the 1%. That's it. See, a lot of us think we got to educate ourselves on the stock market. Oh, I got to educate myself. I got to know it all. You're going to think you know it all, but the 1% don't care nothing about all that. The 1% will manipulate this thing for their benefit. I don't care how many cash flow statements you know how to read. I don't care how many courses you take. The 1% will manipulate this thing and keep you on the wrong end of it every time unless you follow the blueprint, follow their plan. That's all I do. I don't need to read all this other stuff. All I need to do is follow the 1%. Nancy Pelosi want to buy 20,000 shares of Nvidia stock. What do? I say to myself, why would Nancy do that? And then guess what I do? I go to Google and just Google, why would Nancy Pelosi do this? Oh, that's why she did it, because she went over to Taiwan in 2022 and rubbed elbows with TSMC, who makes the most chips in Taiwan. Taiwan controls 90% of the chips. They make 90% of the chips globally, Taiwan. Oh, that's why Nancy bought 20,000 shares. Okay, I figured it out now. See what I'm telling you? You just follow the 1%. That's all you got to do. You follow them, in my opinion, they lead you to financial freedom. Why? Because they control 99% of the wealth, guys. We control 1%. So who you going to follow? The 99% or the 1%? You're going to control the people that control, you're going to follow the people that control 99% of the wealth, or you're going to follow the people that control 1% of the wealth. Oh no, well, I got to leave my people. I'm going to follow the people that control 1% of the wealth because I'm loyal. Go right ahead. I'm following those people that control 99% of the wealth. That's what you got to be hanging your hat on, guys. So do me a favor, get down to that description box, click on that Moo link, open up that Moo account today, guys. Please do yourself a favor. Treat yourself today. Don't cheat yourself. See, treat yourself to some wealth. It's right here staring at you. You see what's happening today, right? This ain't nothing. You wait until next week. Wait until next week. Wait until next week. So should I be buying Nvidia now, or should I buy it after earnings on August 28th? That's the question. And we're going to answer that. We're not going to answer anything. What I'm going to give you is my opinion, because y'all know I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a regular guy here on YouTube trying to get this bag, trying to get to that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, trying to get that beautiful island in the Caribbean Ocean at some point in the next 10 years so I can retire and live the good life. I'm a simple guy. I just want me an island. Joking to Mike, what is this dude talking about? He a simple guy, he want an island. Yeah, I want me an island. I want my own island in the Caribbean, whatever you want to call it. I want my own island. So all my Nvidians, all my wealth builders got somewhere to come. They can come visit me. We're going to have big old conventions. By that time, we'll have about a million people in the wealth builders. Y'all can tell I'm a pretty ambitious guy. See, one thing I've learned when I was a little kid, And then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes because I know some of y'all, oh, give me the meat and potatoes. I don't want to hear all of this. Just give me the meat and potatoes. Can you put that in the back of the video? I know some of y'all get lit. But please put that in the back of the video. I just want the meat and potatoes. I don't want all the extra stuff. But I'm going to tell you this story, and then we're going to get to the meat and potatoes. So when I was a kid, a little shorty, like 7, 8 years old, right? You know, you're seeing things, you're like saying to yourself, I want to do that, Dad. I want to do that, Mom. I want to be this. And one thing my mom always told me, you can be anything you want to be. She told me I can be anything I want to be. You're talking about a little kid, 5, 6, 7 years old. Mama telling him he can be anything he want to be. And guess what? I've done that. And I'm going to keep doing that. So yeah, I'm a dream big. I'm not going to put no limitations on my dreams, guys. Stop putting limitations on your dreams. Stop it. Don't limit yourself. Open up yourself to the possibilities that you can do and be and go anywhere you want to. See, my mama instilled that in me when I was a little shorty, 5 years old. Son, you can be whatever you want to be. And guess what? I'm 56 today. And guess what? Mama, thank you. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Mama, for giving me that. And I never let it go. All right, let's dive in before I get too emotional. Because anytime I talk about my mom, I get emotional. Let's get going here. Before we do, get down in that description box and click on that Moomoo link. Get yourself some possibilities. Open up some possibilities for yourself. Get yourself some possibilities. Get yourself down in the description box. Click on that Moomoo link. Get you up to 20 free stocks. Now you're ready to go before next week, because I'm telling you guys, once next week get here, I don't want to hear nothing about, oh golly, I opened my Moomoo account and it'll take 3 days to get my money in. What's going on? Well, get going today. Get some money transferred today. Don't be waiting till Tuesday morning. Don't wait till Wednesday morning. And again, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just trying to help you get in position. You don't want to get in position? Stay where you're at. But if you want to get in position and change something in your financial life, you better get started today. Get in that description box. Click on that Moomoo link. Get yourself signed up. Get your 20 free stocks. Put $1,000 in your brokerage account, you get 20 free stocks. You put $100 in your brokerage account, you get 8 free stocks. Now you're in position. And over the weekend, what you need to be doing is sending me an email and saying, hey, Richard, I just opened this Moomoo account. I funded it. I don't know how to use this brokerage app. Please send me the tutorial video so I can get myself up to speed. So Monday morning, when the rooster crows, I'm ready to rock and roll. Monday morning, when the rooster crows, I'm ready to rock and roll. Send me the email, www.richardfain.net. That's my website. Second link down in the description box. If it ain't in the links down in the description box, it ain't me. Just telling you. Everything I've got to do with Richard Fain is in those description box of these videos. Nothing else out there ain't me. Just telling you. Get down there and get yourself in position, guys. So let's move on. Here's the question. Should I purchase now or should I wait until after earnings? Now, what does this conversation come from? This came from one of my wealth builders. One of my wealth builders, financial advisor, and I ain't knocking financial advisors. They eat what they kill, and I get it. Most of them got the best interest of their clients at heart. I get it. But let's be honest. The majority of financial advisors, at least in my experience, are somewhat conservative, right? And ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with being conservative. But see, when I'm trying to build wealth and I got to collapse time frames and get there, sometimes that conservative nature could work against me. And all I'm telling you is, you got to figure that out. Now, this particular wealth builder, her financial advisor said, wait until after earnings. And that makes sense because he's thinking, or she's thinking, listen, we don't know which way this thing gonna go. If this thing goes sideways on this company, then their stock price is going down and you can get it at the low. But you also got to ask yourself, if this thing don't go sideways, but it go up and they kill it, now you ain't buying it, you're going to buy a higher price per share. So you got to figure out what your risk level is and what you're trying to get accomplished. So for a guy like me, and first of all, let me tell you what I told the wealth builder. I said, listen, this is your financial advisor. Listen to him. I mean, you've hired this person to give you financial advice. That's what they just gave you. And if you're paying them for it, you might want to listen to them. Or you make your own decision. But I can't make it for you because I think that she wanted me to tell her what to do, but I can't tell you what to do because I'm not a financial advisor. All I can tell you is what I would do. For me, in my personal situation, there is no way on God's green earth do I wait until after earnings. That's my personal situation. There's no way I wait. I got to get mine right now. But that's my personal situation. Your personal situation might be different. So you may want to wait, and ain't nothing wrong with that. Because I think even if you wait, there's a lot of upside, in my opinion, down the road. So even if you, let's say hypothetically, it's trading at $128 today, hypothetically. And then let's say after earnings, let's say on August 29th, which is a Thursday, the next day after earnings, let's say they kill it. And let's say the market comes back on the 29th, this thing's trading at 145. I mean, it starts today right at 145 and it just keeps, you know what I'm saying? Okay. I bought at 129, I got the upside. But if I buy at 145, I still got upside if I'm willing to hold this thing long term. That's all I'm saying. So you got to kind of figure out what you're trying to get accomplished. Now, those Nvidians I told you about earlier, the 1,000 wealth builders, they got their game plan already. All you got to do is go to the community chat. You'll know what they're doing. They was buying yesterday. That thing got down to 123 yesterday, and boy, they was all over it. Why? Because they understand the big picture. See, they ain't concerned about no $2, $3 up or down. These people trying to get their own island, whatever that means to them. See, I'm trying to get a physical island in the Caribbean Ocean. Whatever their hot button is, they're trying to get their hot button. And they understand the big picture. The big picture, according to us, we're Nvidians, so we are built different. We think different, right? We don't allow the world to limit our dreams. See, we don't do that over there in the wealth builders. We're Nvidians. We're built different. We think different. We're wired different. We don't allow people to put limitations on us. We don't do that. We don't allow the matrix to tell us, be satisfied with this. You lucky you got this. We don't allow that. Not the Nvidians. The rest of y'all can allow that, but not. See, this is why I created this community, guys, because I needed to wrap myself around people that thought like me when it comes to building wealth. Oh, I don't have to think like you. What do I got to think? You don't. Start your own group. It's pretty simple. I don't know why people like to try to go against the grain. Listen, man, you ain't gonna go against my grain. If you don't like my grain, go build your own grain. Go do your own thing. See? Bingo. But if you're going to come over here and join the wealth builders and become a Nvidian, or you're going to become a Nvidian, or you ain't going to be in there. Period. Oh, no. I'm going to join, but I'm not going to be a Nvidian. I'm going to come in there with my own agenda. I will hit the button on you and excommunicate you. Boop. Just like that. Quick. Because I'm the creator. I will excommunicate you. If you want to follow your own grain train, Start your own stuff. But you're not coming over here with something I created and mess it all up. That's not going to happen. So these Nvidians over here, these wealth builders, we're on the same page. We're all different, but we're on the same page. If that makes sense to some of y'all, it'll make sense. Some of y'all won't get it. What do you mean you're different, but you're on the same page? We're different. We're different people. Why? Because there ain't but one Richard Fang. And I got 1,000 other people, ain't but one of them. We're unique. We're special. There ain't two Richard Fangs on this earth. Now, you got some guys that want to try to act like they me, but they're not me. It's one me. Just like the 1,000 Nvidians we have in the mentorship club, the wealth builders. It's only one of them. So all of us are so unique, and we bring such great energy to building wealth that we've created a community, right? So therefore, we've been buying this thing for a while now. We have been, and we continue to buy it because they understand the long game. They understand that we believe this thing can get to $1,000 a share at some point. And that's not saying that everybody will stay in it that long. People can parachute out whatever they want to. That's the freedom they have over there. I'm not there trying to tell them to do anything other than to follow the rules. And what are the rules? Don't be an expert. Don't be trying to tell people what to do. Don't be trying to introduce anything to this chat that got to do with non-traditional investing. None of that's over here. Go create your own channel for that. Go create your own community. Ain't no stock options, ain't none of that, ain't no annuities, ain't none of that stuff gonna be talked about over there. All we're gonna talk about is traditional investing. Traditional investing, and that's what we do. People can do whatever they want to off the platform, but when they get on that platform, those are the rules. No experts. Don't try to tell people what to do. Be courteous to people. Be kind. And don't introduce anything here that's not traditional investing. Period. And don't be promoting nothing. We don't try to sell people anything over there. I don't try to sell people nothing, and ain't none of the wealth builders try to sell people nothing. That's a safe space for people to build wealth and enjoy building wealth. See, you should be enjoying building wealth. It shouldn't be, oh, I'm all sad. Oh, golly, I lost 3,000. That's not building wealth the right way then. That's not building wealth the right way, right? Right? So here's the thing. Do I buy now or do I buy later? That's the question, right? So let's take a look at what some of the experts say. Let's take a look at the experts. Y'all know I love to present y'all with experts because I'm not one. I'm just a guy on YouTube. I'm not an expert in nothing, right? Other than my own opinion. I'm an expert at my own opinion, but that's about it. So here we go. Blackwell concerns overdone. Because, you know, we've had this conversation about the Blackwell architecture, which is the next generation of super chip that Nvidia has already made. It's the next generation of super chip. It comes after the Hopper H100, H200, which beats everything in the market already. This Blackwell architecture is the next in line. But some people are saying there are some delays. So this particular analyst right here said, Blackwell concerns overdone. People just, but this is what we do. We over embellish. We like that. We like to pour gasoline on a fire that we're trying to put out. You know, we want to put jumper cables. We want to do all kind of stuff, right? Just to try to derail stuff. Can't derail it, but we're going to try to derail it, right? Buy Nvidia stock into earnings. This is what an expert is telling you, not me now. Remember, this is an expert, not me, because I'm not an expert. But the expert says, buy Nvidia stock into earnings. This is coming from Evercore. So now I got an expert telling me I should buy before earnings. Not me. I'm not telling you to buy anything. I'm just telling you what I'm reading, an article from an expert. Dated Friday, August 23rd, 2024. They came out with this article at 6:53 a.m. Eastern Time. Evercore, SIS analyst, advised investors to buy Nvidia stock ahead of the chip maker's earnings report for the July quarter. See, this is a guy or a gal, whoever it is, who has a Series 7, 63. They register with the SEC. They're big boys. They can come out and give you that kind of advice because they got all the registrations. They got all the degrees. They got all the experience. They got trillions and trillions of dollars under management. They can come out and give you that advice. I got none of that. So I can't give you that advice. I can give myself that advice, but I can't give it to you, right? But Evercore can. So Evercore, their analyst, is saying investors, telling investors, he's advising investors to buy Nvidia stock ahead of the chip maker's earnings report for the July quarter, stressing that recent concerns over Blackwell delays are overdone. Help me out. This is coming from an expert. So if you're on the fence saying to yourself, do I buy now? Do I buy later? Ultimately, it's your decision. But there are experts out there that are saying, listen, guys, you're crazy if you don't buy before. I don't know. Not that you got to. I'm just telling you what one of the experts are saying. So let's keep moving. The investment bank, this is an investment bank. The investment bank notes that demand for Nvidia systems remains strong, citing a 20% quarter-on-quarter surge in hyperscale capital expenditure, CapEx. So capital expenditure, CapEx, is short for capital expenditure. What is a hyperscaler? We've talked about this. What is a hyperscaler? A hyperscaler is a large company, a cloud provider who has to scale their artificial intelligence infrastructure to meet the needs of its clients. They have to buy these chips whether they want to or not, because in their business, if they're not first, they're last. Oh, no, there's no evidence of that. You're wrong. There is evidence. Go look at Google's earnings report. Go look at Microsoft's earnings report. Go look at Amazon's earnings report. Go look at Oracle's earnings report. Go look at IBM's earnings report. All of these companies and others have to spend on this artificial intelligence infrastructure. They got to spend money to make money, guys. See, a lot of these companies are going to have to put this money in without a return for a little bit, but ultimately they'll get a return. Wall Street is not real happy with that. So therefore, they try to ding these companies. And they've been successful at it because a lot of these companies have lost some stock price, per share stock price temporarily, but they're back up, right? So my point is, and what the point of this particular investment bank is saying, is that demand is up 20% from hyperscalers, quarter on quarter. For Q2 2024, looking ahead, CapEx is expected to grow a further 8% and then 10%. So another 8% in Q3. It already done 20% growth through Q2, 20% growth already. He's saying it's going to grow another 8% in Q3 and another 10% in Q4. So you got almost a 40% annualized growth in CapEx from hyperscalers on chips. Where do you think that money going? Who control the market share in the chip industry? Y'all already know. Nvidia. And then you got AMD, and then you got Broadcom, and then you got all the rest of those guys. But Nvidia controls most of that share, the market share. 75, 85% of the market share, right? Earlier this month, reports suggested that Nvidia's much anticipated Blackwell system, which includes its next generation AI chip, could face a delay up to 3 months. The news raised investors' concerns about the sustainability of Nvidia's stock's upward trajectory and was a contributing factor to the recent sell-off. That's just how the 1% manipulated us. They just manipulated the market because they wanted to buy the stock at the low, so they just manipulated it. They know there was they manipulated it, right? This is what they do. All the month of July, they manipulated the stock market to do what? Drive prices down. So on August 5th, Black Monday, they could get in on the low, and now they're running them back up. That's just manipulation that the 1% does in the stock market. That's why I told y'all earlier in this thing, if you follow the 1%, you're going to get rich. If you follow the 1% and just copy their plan, you get rich. You do. Now, you can go out here and learn how to read balance sheets and income statements and learn how to figure out cash flow. And you can go learn all that stuff, and ain't nothing wrong with that. But that's not going to get you rich. Learning all of that is not going to get you rich. What's going to get you rich is knowing what the 1% is doing. See, because it doesn't make any sense. See, listen, man. It doesn't make sense for a company like Google to come out with the earnings it came out with and stock price go down. Does that make any sense? So if you're somebody that's saying, oh, golly, I'm reading Google's balance sheet, I'm looking at its income statement, I'm looking at their free cash flow, oh my God, this is a winner. And then all of a sudden you bet the farm on it. The 1% come on and says, we don't care anything about that. Drive the stock price down. Then you can be looking crazy. Oh my God, I read all of this stuff and I thought I was certainly on point here. Why did it go down? Well, because the 1% don't care about any of that stuff you just read. The 1% gonna make money regardless, guys. So you might as well join them. You can't beat them, join them. You cannot beat the 1%, guys. Join them. Join them. Now, I'm going to tell you how you can't beat them, and y'all know this is not a political show, and I don't talk about politics that much, and I'm not going to go one way or the other. I just want to give y'all one little isolated little piece of a nugget that I got that the 1% has taken and manipulated to their benefit. So Vice President Kamala Harris, I guess she came out and said, hey, we want this 25%, tax on, I don't know if it was unrealized capital gains, realized capital gains, unrealized, whatever. So the 1%, now she's saying that because she wants to tax the 1%, not the 99%, right? So the 1% gets that, and they turn it around, and then I go on Facebook and you got 99%ers thinking she was talking about them. This is how the 1% manipulate y'all. You know dang on well if you in the 99%, what do you got to worry about 25% capital gains on nothing? You ain't got no gains. You in the 99%. You ain't got no wealth. So what capital gains is she gonna tax you on when you in the 99% and ain't got nothing? But all you see on Facebook and all these others are 99%ers saying, oh, golly, she's gonna tax us 25% on our unrealized capital. You don't have no unrealized capital gains. That's why you're in the 99%. I mean, if you were that rich, you'd be in the 1%, and you already know that you ain't gonna pay that no way. The 1% know they ain't gonna never get that passed. Never. I keep telling y'all, the 1% control everything in this country. They're not gonna, listen, I ain't got nothing against Vice President Kamala Harris. I ain't got nothing against her or nobody else. She'll never get that passed. Ever. Not in this country, she won't. But it's a good soundbite for TV, but you'll never get that passed. 1% ain't gonna allow it. That's number one. But my point was, that's how the 1% can take something and turn it around and get the 99% to think that she's talking about them. Guys, she can't be talking about you because you don't have no unrealized capital gains. What are you talking about? What unrealized capital gains do the 99% have? The majority of us, zero. That's why we're in the 99%, because we control 1% of the wealth. We don't have no capital gains to realize, to get taxed on. Most of us don't. How in the world can 150 million Americans, adults, have zero in retirement savings, but you worried about capital gains? See, we worry about all the wrong stuff. Build some wealth first and then tackle the capital gains. Don't worry about no capital gains if you ain't got no wealth. But see, that's how they get y'all sidetracked, to concentrate on stuff that ain't got nothing to do with you, that you can't even control. This is how it works, though. This is why we're in the 99%, right? But the good news is, if you make a decision today, you can get yourself out of the 99%. So let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. So this Wall Street firm basically is saying the news raised investors concerned about the sustainability of Nvidia's stock because of this whole Blackwell architecture thing. And they basically said, don't worry about that. We got you. After analyzing 3 previous instances of Nvidia product disruptions in 2008, 2022, and 2023, Evercore analysts concluded that while a negative announcement could lead to a short-term 5 to 10% drop in the stock, Nvidia has consistently demonstrated its ability to swiftly develop alternative solutions. This is what the experts are saying, guys. Not me and you, because we ain't experts. The experts are saying it's all about nothing. When we analyze this company from 2008 to 2022, 2023, they have swiftly always figured out a way to supply their customers. Furthermore, should a delay manifest, we believe demand is so strong, particularly at tier 2 and 3 CSPs. What does that mean? Cloud service providers. Those are your hyperscalers. Cloud service providers and enterprises that current generation Hopper solutions would be purchased even if Blackwell was pushed. See, you got to understand, guys, the Hopper architecture, H100, H200 is the best in the business right now. Ain't nobody got anything right now from a chip standpoint better than that. Nobody. Not AMD, not Broadcom, not any of those guys. None of them, not even close to the Hopper series. So even if the Blackwell is delayed a few months, you still got the Hopper series, the Hopper architecture that nobody can touch right now. And what they're telling you is it says, furthermore, should a delay manifest, we believe demand is so strong, particularly at tier 2, tier 3 cloud service providers and enterprises that current generation Hopper solutions can do for them. It will suffice. It will suffice. Moreover, they observe that Nvidia shares have experienced 2 significant corrections, each over 50% in recent history. Check this out. This is mind-blowing to me. Mind-blowing to me. In recent history, one in the second half of 2018, occurring 1 quarter before peak capital expenditure when the stock was trading at price to earnings PE ratio of 38, and another in 2021-22, 4 quarters before peak CapEx, starting with a PE of 67. With peak CapEx forecasted for the 4th quarter of 2025 and Nvidia's current PE at 39, the analysts do not anticipate a significant sell-off in the stock before mid-2025. Overall, Evercore's team continues to view Nvidia as its top tectonic shift in computing pick, positioned to capture up to 80% of the value created in the parallel processing area. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Come on. Analysts believe the artificial intelligence darling could accumulate more than $10 of earnings per share powered by 2030. And that it could ultimately grow to 10 to 15% weighting of the S&P 500 index. Near term, Evercore raises its third quarter 2024 estimates for Nvidia and lift its target price on the stock from 145 to 150. Listen, man, y'all gotta figure out what y'all want to believe and hang your hat on. But me, I'm hanging my hat on exactly what these guys just said. And I would fair to say the wealth builders, the Nvidians, are doing the same thing. You're talking about $128.62 stock price today, guys. It's a bargain. In my opinion, now I'm not your financial advisor, I can't tell you what to do, but in my opinion, it's a bargain. It's a bargain. I don't know where it'll end up today, right? I don't know, but I just think by next week, we got something, we're gonna have something special. I think we're gonna have something special. Let's take a look at the overall market today. What happened after we got Chairman Powell's comments? Here's the headline from CNBC. Dow rises 300 points as stock rally after Powell signals Fed rate cuts ahead. Stocks rose Friday after Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell indicated interest rate cuts were on the horizon. The Dow climbed 319 points, or 0.8%. The S&P gained 0.7%. The NASDAQ gained 0.9%. Stocks took a leg up after Powell signaled decreases to interest rates ahead during his speech in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. But Powell did not provide specific information on when or by how big any cut to the borrowing costs would be. He's not going to never give that. They're not going to tell you how many basis points they're going to cut anything. But what we do know in September, they're going to cut. The market has already priced that in 100%. What we're trying to figure out now is how big of the cut, how big. And that's going to be predicated on what? The economy, the jobs market, or the labor market. So as we get a jobs report that's going to come out for August at the beginning of September, that's going to tell the tape, along with some other reports that'll come out before they meet on the 17th and 18th of September. We'll have a jobs report. We'll have a CPI inflation report. Both of those things will have came out by the time they go to their meeting on September 17th and 18th. So a little more data, and if it seems like the economy is starting to shift to weaken, I think they go bigger. That's just my opinion. Got no proof of that, but that's what I think. The time has come for, this is what Chair Powell said, guys, very important. The time has come for policy to adjust, Powell said during the Fed's annual retreat. The direction of travel is clear, and the timing and pace of rate cuts will depend on incoming data, the revolving outlook, and the balance of risk. That pleased traders who are unanimous in betting on a rate cut at the September meeting, according to CME Group's Fed Watch. But there's less consensus over how big that decrease will be. So over the next several weeks, that's what you'll see people debating, the experts. Everybody knows the cut's coming. What they don't know is how big the cut will be. And that will be predicated on where the economy is at the time when they go into that 17 and 18 meeting in September. If the economy is strong, you get a 25 basis point cut. If the economy shows weakening, labor market shows weakening, people starting to panic, you get a bigger rate cut. That's my opinion. Technology stocks rallied with particular strength as investors grew hopeful that a lower rate environment would benefit this group. Tesla jumped more than 4%, while Nvidia and advanced micro devices popped more than 3% and 2% respectively. Small caps also gained on the outlook with the Russell 200 advancing more than 2%. Why with the small cap? Because there are companies in there who are cyclical companies who do better in low interest rate environments. They do better. They do better in low interest rate environments. AKA, now, Home Depot and those guys are not small caps, but companies that do better in low rate environments are home improvement companies, like, Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware. All of these companies do well when rates are low because people can go out and borrow money on equity lines and equity loans and get a low interest rate and redo the kitchen and redo the bathrooms. They can do all of that. People ain't doing that right now when interest rates are through the roof. And they can't sell the property. But when rates come down, any type of business that does well in low rate environments is a good possibility for people to look for those companies right now and set yourself up, because they're probably trading lower right now. But as soon as these rates come down low enough, in my opinion, they trade higher. So start looking for companies like that. If you're looking for companies that, okay, I want to get ahead of this thing. I'm not an expert here. You're not an expert here, but it's just making common sense. Common sense would tell me, I know rates are getting ready to come down over the next year. This is just common sense, guys. This is not being some stock market expert. This is just common sense. If we know interest rates coming down over the next year, it would make sense for me to go out and find companies that do well in low interest rate environments. Those are the companies where there's some upside right now, because I'm going to be buying them at a discount right now because interest rates are high. But when interest rates go low, these companies historically do well. That's what you want to look for, right? And that ain't being some stock market expert. That's just using common business sense. That's all. Just using common business sense. Low interest rate companies that do well in low interest rate environments, buy them now when interest rates are high, because I already know interest rates are going lower. Of course, I wouldn't buy them if interest rates wasn't going lower, but I already know interest rates going lower. Go buy them. And just be patient. And make sure they have a historical track record of doing well in low interest rate environments. That's all you got to do. You got to be no rocket scientist to figure that out. You ain't got to go get a $3,000 stock training course to figure that out. But this is the thing we put in our mind, though. This is what the 1% program does. We don't use no logical common sense no more. We all emotional. That's all we want to do is be emotional 100% of the time. Just emotional. Instead of just saying, okay, let me slow down. Let me put the logical thinking cap on. Okay. Who does well in low interest rate environments? Mortgage companies, title companies, real estate companies, home improvement companies, right? Just go find those kind of companies and position yourself and be patient. That's all you gotta do. So here we go. Powell's comments have brought a lot of excitement for traders. Oh, one more thing. But see, this is what most people want to do. See, you tell them that, right? See how I just told y'all that? But guess what most people gonna say? Well, give me the companies. I don't want to do no research myself. I want you to give them to me. Give me all those companies. See, this is what we do, though. See, you give people information for them to just go out and do the research themselves. They don't want to do that. They want you to spoon feed them everything. But y'all already know I ain't gonna do that. So I'm just telling you that's what's coming next. What's coming next is tell me all the companies that are like that. So I don't have to do no work. You know I don't want to do no work. I just want to get rich. I don't want to do the work though. I do not want to pay the price to get there. I do not want to go do my own research and just go to Google. All you got to do is go to Google and type in this. What companies do well in interest and low interest rate environments? What industries do well in low interest rate environments? Just go to do that to Google and let AI bot give you the answers. The artificial intelligence bot in Google gonna give you the answer. He gonna do all the work for you. Then all you gotta do is just take that list of companies and start looking at them. That's all you gotta do. But of course, we want somebody else to do all that for us. Powell's comments have brought a lot of excitement to traders, even though many expected the Fed to say that the time has come to make adjustments. It shows how deprived the market has been due to high interest rates. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. See, historically, when interest rates are this high, the stock market shouldn't be doing this well. The reason it's doing so well, and it has done so well over the last 6 or 7 months, is because of FOMO and tech and Nvidia. Let's just call it what it is. Nvidia, whatever you want to call it, and tech, specifically the Mag 7 or the Mag 6, whatever you want to call it, has done that. That's the reason the market has done so well over the first 6, 7 months. Because historically, when you got rates this high, it doesn't do this well. So now what the market is saying is goodness gracious, if we've done this well, can you imagine what it's going to be like when we actually start reducing these rates and more people can borrow money? More companies can borrow money. Just saying, man, it's coming. 3 major averages are heading for a winning week despite some pressure on Thursday. Now, we had a pullback yesterday, and I explained to y'all in my little 2 cents language and my little uneducated thought process. I told y'all why I thought it pulled back, because the 1% had to pull it back. I keep telling y'all, they can't just let these stocks run up forever and nobody can afford them but them. No, they got to get y'all in because they know they can manipulate y'all to sell when you don't supposed to sell. They can manipulate y'all to run the stock price up and then bail out on the thing too early. They know that. So they don't let y'all in because they know they can manipulate y'all. Oh yeah, let's let them in. Let's pull it back a little bit. Let them buy in because then we can come back and manipulate them and make them sell it early. They'll just bail out on it. They know that. So that's why they pull stocks back, guys. They pull stocks back so that they can continue to run them up and make money. I keep telling y'all, these people make money on the way down and they make money on the way up. Please understand that. So stop falling for their tricks. Jeez, Monetti. Yeah. Oh no. I'm gonna analyze everything. You can analyze till the cows come home. These people are gonna do what they want to do with the stock market. That's what they've done for 140 years, and they will continue to do that. What your goal should be is to learn the tricks of their trade. Whatever they tell you to do the opposite. Listen, guys, you got to get out and sell right now. I'm a buy. Listen, guys, you got to be buying. Take everything in the kitchen sink, sell the cat, sell the dog, and buy. I'm a dollar cost average and just keep doing what I've been doing. I'm not going to let y'all trick me into running the So you got to just do the opposite of what they tell you to do. That's the key with the 1%, because they're going to manipulate you. They're going to manipulate you if they can, right? Temperature check. 128.74, up $5 already in the first 2 hours of trading. Right? Up $5. We slid yesterday. We recaptured all of that in 2 hours. The whole $7 slide yesterday, well, we haven't recaptured it all. We're about $1.25 short. If we get up to 130, we will have recaptured the $7 sell-off yesterday on Nvidia. Right now we're at 128.64. So we're getting close. We're getting close. We'll keep the temperature check on, because we got a few more things we want to cover. Now, let me, for the folks that would love to take advantage of this opportunity, get down in the description box, guys, and click on the Moomoo link. That's the first link in the description box. Click on that Moomoo link and open up your new Moomoo account today. If you decide to open a Moomoo account today and you decide to transfer $100 in there into your new brokerage account, they will give you 8 free stocks. If you decide to transfer $1,000 into your new brokerage account, they will give you 20 free publicly traded stocks. Now, you can take the $100 or the $1,000 or whatever you put in there, and you can take that money and you can buy a company like Nvidia if you believe it matches up with what you're trying to accomplish with your wealth building. Or you could take the money and buy other companies that you believe match up with and will give you the ability to build wealth and get to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Now, the key, though, based on my experience, is that you do that over and over. You can't just do it one time and expect, to go buy an island in the Caribbean Ocean next week. Oh, I put $100 in there. When do I get my 100 million? It don't work that way. You got to put more money in that account. You put more money in that brokerage account. You continue executing and buying big boy blue chips, and you just do that month after month, year after year. Be patient, be consistent, be disciplined, and then the magic happens, in my opinion. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. You have to understand there's a lot of risk involved in buying paper assets, but guess what? There's a risk involved in life in general. I don't know why when we get to building wealth, we think there shouldn't be any risk, but every other area of life, there's risk. If I get in a relationship with somebody, there's a risk that that person, she won't love me no more, she'll leave me. That's a risk, but that don't mean I don't try to get in a relationship. It's like we will take risk in every other area of our life, but when it comes to building our wealth, we want a guarantee. No, you don't get no guarantee. I don't get no guarantee. Right? The reward goes to the brave. If you want to build wealth, you got to be brave in order to get the reward. You got to be brave. Now, if you're willing to be brave, get down in the description box, click on the Moomoo link, and be brave. And if it don't work out your way, be a big boy, big girl, and say that was my responsibility. Guess what? I'm not going to let it stop me. Let's go to the next one. See, that's what the brave does. If you want the spoils, if you want the reward. So get down in the description box, click on that Moomoo link, open up your new Moomoo account today, get you up to 20 free stocks. If you don't know how to use the brokerage app, guys, send me an email through my website, www.richardfain.net. Second link down in the description box. Send me an email and let me know you opened a Moomoo account and you funded it, and I'll send you some tutorial videos. I'm going to ask you guys to consider that today, so that way this weekend you can understand how to use this thing. So when the market opens on Monday, now you may not have all your money in there. So the faster you can move now, because hey, and I know some people, oh golly, I owe my Moomoo account and it's going to take 2-3 days. You guys got to understand, Moomoo is just the receiver of the money, guys. That's your bank. That ain't got nothing to do with Moomoo. Oh, no. No Bank of America. We're not going to accept Richard's money into his brokerage account. We're going to delay it 3 days. Send it to us in 3 days. I mean, it doesn't make sense. It's just so, but this is how we are though, man. This is how we are, boy. I tell you, we are so trained to be this way by the 1%. It's crazy. They receive the money, guys. Your bank sends it. You go into your bank and say, send this money. How in the world could it be Moomoo's fault it don't get there on time? Some of y'all are just, I'm telling you, man, some of us are just so out there. These people receiving the money, guys. Nobody turns down money that's being received. They don't go into your bank and take the money. No, your bank has to send it. Oh, it's going to take 2 days. Maybe you go ask your bank why it's taking 2 days. They're the one got to send it. Just because you use a system that Moomoo uses to retrieve money doesn't mean they get the choice. No, your bank has to send that money, guys. So if you got a small credit union, you got one of these little small community banks with like one branch in the whole world, yeah, it's going to take them longer to send it because they have to clear their wires or their ACHs through others. If it's a little small bank like a credit union, they clear through somebody else, guys. So not only do your money leave their bank, then it got to go to another bank that then has to send it to. Just get yourself in position, guys. Stop worrying about all this other stuff. Get in position. I don't know why we like to worry about stuff, just random stuff that don't make no sense. Focus on the main thing. The main thing is getting yourself in position, knowing what you want to buy, and then execute. All the rest of that stuff, forget it. Right? So get down in that description box and click on that Moo link. Get you up to 20 free stocks. Also, while you're down there in the description box, click on the website link. Get yourself over here to the Wealth Builders, the Nvidians, Wealth Builders, Nvidians Private Mentorship Club. Through the website, just click on the membership button or the join button. Fastest growing financial community on Patreon. Fastest growing financial community on Patreon. 1,000 deep in 4 months. Why? Because we built different. We special. Ain't none of us the same. We got 1,000 people over there that are different. But we are the same in a lot of ways. We believe in the same way of building wealth, which is traditional. Traditional, buy and hold, big boy blue chip, long term. Now that long term can be different for all 1,000 of us, but that's the creed we live by. We live by traditional investing, buy and hold, big boy blue chip, long term. That's what we promote. That's what we believe in. And that's the Nvidian way. So if you want to join us, come join us. We'll wrap our arms around you and pour into you, because that's what you need. You need people to pour into you good stuff, wealth building stuff. You need to be poured into. They ain't gonna do that in the matrix. They're gonna pour into you in the matrix, but it's not gonna be to build no wealth. They're gonna pour something else into you. It won't be how to build wealth. I can promise you that. You will never get poured into you in the matrix how to build wealth, guys. You won't. You better go find your community people to pour into you to help you build wealth. The matrix ain't. They're never gonna do it. So, yeah, keep the main thing the main thing. All right, last thing we're gonna cover, and then we're gonna get on out of here. I got some traveling to do. Oh, that's right. I wanted to tell you guys, I'm traveling. I'm going to Boulder, Colorado. I'm going to see Coach Prime for a little bit and a couple other shenanigans. But hey, if y'all know any good restaurants in the Boulder, Colorado area, all the little surrounding cities, Denver, all those places, if y'all know any great restaurants, I'm more of a mom and pop type of guy. So if you know any great restaurants that you want to help your boy out while I'm there, do me a big boy favor and drop me a DM on Instagram. Don't be sending nothing to the comment section, because I don't check the comment section. Just letting you know. Don't even put nothing in the comment section, because the comment section is strictly for the YouTube algorithm. I don't even go in the comment section. It's strictly for the YouTube algorithm, just like the live chat. Strictly for the YouTube algorithm. I don't care about the live chat, nor do I care about the comment section. If you want to reach your boy and give me a recommendation, go to Instagram, my Instagram, Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor. It's down in the description box. Go to my Instagram and send me a DM. Give me a follow on Instagram and then send me a DM with your restaurant recommendation. I ain't taking nothing off of the live chat, and I ain't taking nothing out of the comment section of the YouTube video. So you're wasting your time if you do that. Follow directions. One thing we got to learn how to do is follow directions. The directions is go to the Instagram link down on the bottom of the description. Click on the Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor Instagram link, and then send me a DM, a direct message through Instagram, and let me know what you recommend for me. And I'll try it out. Right? I'll try it out. So do me that favor. I need y'all's help on that, because I'm starting to, and I'm gonna do that for all the cities I go to. I think next month I'm going to Dallas for a few days. I'm going to Dallas for 3 or 4 days next month in September. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna ask you guys, recommend something in Dallas for me. And then I'm going to Chicago in November. I'm going to Chicago. And then in November, late November, early December, I'm going to Puerto Rico. Love Puerto Rico, man. That's one of my favorite places in the world, Puerto Rico. Matter of fact, I don't know. I mean, your boy might get him a little piece of dirt in Puerto Rico on the ocean. I don't know. I love Puerto Rico. And it got all the infrastructure. Only thing I don't love is the hurricanes. I don't love that part. Hurricane Alley right there. But, so that's some of the traveling I'm going to do. So if any of you guys in any of those neck of the woods, follow me on Instagram and then DM me through Instagram. That's the only way I'm going to know you're there. Unless you do it that way, right? Like I said, Dallas in September, Chicago, early November, Puerto Rico, late November, early December. And then I may throw in one more. Obviously, I'm going to be going to Colorado because I love Colorado. So I'll be going to Colorado all through that time too. But those are some of the major trips that I'm going to be setting out on. If any of you guys in those areas, certainly get into my DMs on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. Get into the DMs on Instagram and let me know you're there. And we may be able to do a little bit of a meetup or something, or have coffee or something, whatever, you know, while I'm out doing my traveling and taking care of some business. So appreciate y'all, man, for that. Let's wrap this thing up and then we'll get on out of here because I got a flight to catch. So here we go. $200 per share over the next 12 months. Do you believe that can happen? Anybody believe that can happen? $200 a share in the next 12 months for Nvidia stock price. I shared with you guys yesterday, there is someone out there that believes that. The question is, do you believe it? Now, let's take a look at what's going on today. Today, we got a 128 stock price. Just think about, let's just say you picked it up for 130 and the thing goes to $200 a share over the next 12 months. That's $70 per share wealth transfer in your pocket. What do you think about that? Excuse me. Whew, thought I had to sneeze. What do you think about that, guys? What do you think about that prediction? Well, Rosenblatt, which I told y'all about yesterday, that I'll reiterate, and then we're going to get out of here. Rosenblatt believes that Nvidia could be at $200 per share over the next 12 months. Now, the analyst from Rosenblatt highlighted the Blackwell ramp. Remember, we talked about that. A lot of people got a problem with that. That's a non-starter for me. That's a non-starter for me. That is a non-starter for me. Lastly, Rosenblatt analysts shed light on NVIDIA's networking advancements, specifically in Spectrum-X Ethernet switch, which is expected to significantly contribute to the company's multi-billion-dollar business by fiscal year 2025. So new product is seen as a strategic asset by management. The price target of $200 set by Rosenblatt is based on approximate 60x price to earnings, PE ratio. So a 60. Can they do that? They've done it in the past. Matter of fact, I think they went all the way up to, I want to say 72 PE forward. Can they do it again? I think they can. I think anything's possible. Again, man, since 5 years old, I just believe anything's possible since I was 5 years old. I believe anything's possible since I was 5 years old because that's what my mom told me. She told me I could be anything I wanted to be. I said I wanted to be a pro football player. 5 years old, I want to be a pro football player. Guess what? I became a pro football player. 3 years in the NFL. Yeah. I said I wanted to help people all around the world one day. Guess what? I'm helping people all around the world. Don't limit yourself, guys. Don't limit this stock. Don't get caught up in that trap of limiting anything in your life. If you can believe it, you can achieve it, right? Don't limit yourself. Don't let naysayers or negative Nancy's crawl into your life. Kick them out. Don't allow it. Don't allow people to speak negative into your life. I can't understand why you would allow somebody to speak something negative in your life. I would never let anybody speak any negative in my life. Never. Ever. If you can believe it, you can achieve it. Just saying, guys, don't limit yourself. Don't limit this company. Don't limit it. Do I believe this company can help me 10x my net worth over the next 10 years? Yes. Or I wouldn't be buying it. Now, again, I don't have a crystal ball. All I can go off of is historical information to help me clear a pathway for the future. I believe this stock will be more than a $200 per share stock over the next 3 to 5 years. That don't mean it'll happen, but that's what I believe. And when I wake up every day, that's what I believe. And until the stock proves me different, I'm gonna believe that. What do you believe? What do you believe? That's the real question. Do you believe $128 a share stock can be a $200 a share stock in 12 months? Do you believe that? Only you can answer that question. I can't answer it for you. I can answer it for me. And for me, yes, 100% I believe that. But you got to figure out what you believe and what you are positioned to do to transfer wealth to you and your family. I don't know what you're prepared to do, but please, guys, do something. Don't sit around and watch this opportunity pass you by. Please don't. Find some company, some ETF, something. Now, for a lot of you people that are brand new at this, you may want to consider an ETF, like an S&P 500 ETF, because it'll have this company in it. It'll have the other Magnificent Six in it. It'll have 493 other companies that are all big boy blue chip in it. That might be an option for someone that just wants to spread out their money over 500 companies. Nothing wrong with that. Give it a shot. Understand there are no guarantees. You could lose everything. I could lose everything, but I'm not going to let that stop me from trying. See, remember, I believe I can do anything that I put my mind to. If I can believe it, I can achieve it. See, that's that's my mentality. That's how I was taught. As a little shorty, I was taught that from my mother. I was taught that. Anything I wanted to be, I could be. So when I told I wanted to be a football player, I did it. When I told I was going to graduate from college, I did it. Right? When nobody told me I could make it in banking because I didn't have a finance background, I proved them wrong. I was 25 years in the business. Oh, why would you start a YouTube channel? You don't look the part. You don't do enough. You don't know enough. Did it anyways, from zero, by myself, and the help of God. 4.5 years later, yeah, doing okay. Stop letting people limit you, man. Cut those people out of your life, man. Surround yourself with people that tell you you can instead of you can't. I know that's hard for a lot of y'all because you're in the matrix. And that's all you got around you are people that say, I can't. You don't encounter anybody that says, I can. You better get yourself around some people that say, I can. And stop surrounding yourself by people that say, I can't. Change your mentality, change the way you think about money, and you'll change your life forever. That's it, guys. Change the way you think about money, and you will change your life forever. Find companies that you can believe in. Find companies that have a historical track record of multiplying money while you sleep. Find ETFs that have a track record, a historical track record of multiplying money while you sleep. Take your income, right? Live on less of that income. Stop buying things to make other people wealthy, the 1%. Take that money and start putting it in assets that can multiply it for you over time. And just do that month in and month out, year in and year out, decade in and decade out if you have to. What's your other alternative? You gonna hit the Powerball? That's the retirement plan? I'm gonna hit the Powerball? No, you're not. So get a real plan that's doable. Make sure you believe in yourself. Don't allow people to speak negatively in your life. You also need to be around a group of people. That's why I keep telling you guys, consider joining the Wealth Builders. Consider joining these Nvidians. We built different. We got a different way of thinking. We're building a lot of wealth. We're going to continue building this wealth. You decide, man. That's on you. Don't matter if you join or not. I'm going to be here every day, guys. See, that's one thing y'all got to, and I know some of y'all do. You got to understand about me. I'm going to be here every day. I don't care if I'm traveling. I'm going to be here. And I'm going to be here preaching this gospel, this financial gospel every day. I keep telling y'all boys, 4.5 billion people out there that got access to the internet. 4.5 billion. Guess what? I'm going to get my fair share. I don't worry about these knuckleheads in the chat. That's the algorithm, right? You got to do that. That comes with the territory. See, in life, guys, you got to take the good with the bad. See, what I do, though, is I take the negative and I turn it into a positive. Very good at that. So I'll take negative and I'll use that through the YouTube algorithm to reach more people. See, I'll take that negative. The YouTube algorithm don't care. All it cares about engagement. See, the YouTube algorithm do not care if it's good engagement or bad engagement. They just want engagement. And that engagement you can take and turn it into what? Helping more people. And so when I help more people, guess what happens for me? I make more money. And then I take that money and do what with it? I put it in assets that multiply itself while I sleep. And I do that all through an iPhone 13 Pro. That's it. And one Apple MacBook Pro laptop. That's all I got. I got an iPhone 13 Pro, not no fancy camera. I don't got no $2,000 camera. Don't need it. All I need is this little thing right here. This little iPhone in the laptop. That's what I take with me when I go on the road. That's it. One man show. Because when you're talking truth, truth is always going to prevail. See, truth will always prevail lies. It will. Truth will prevail, guys. See, I'm untouchable. Why? Because through the grace of God. Through the grace of God, I'm untouchable when it comes to the truth. Because I know I got God on my side. I know I got Jesus Christ on my side. So that's what's most important to me. I don't worry about what people say. You shouldn't either. Get yourself around a group of people who got your back. Join the Wealth Builders. Get down in the description box. Click on that Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor website link. Go check out the digital products. Make an investment in yourself today. It'll help you build more confidence. It'll also help you execute better. So go ahead and do that. Treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. And then join the Wealth Builders. Come join us, 1,000 people. Guys, we're going to have 10,000 people in there at some point. You can't stop this. You cannot stop the power of good. I keep telling y'all that. You cannot stop the power of good. You can do all you want to do, but you can't stop the power of good. Good will prevail, right? Right will prevail over wrong. Good will prevail over evil. Truth will prevail over lies. You can't stop this. It's in the book. It's in the book. So, hey, man, y'all have a rest of a good Friday. I appreciate y'all stopping in, man. We got some good stuff going on with Nvidia. Again, not a financial advisor. This channel is not about giving you financial advice. It's an entertainment channel / education channel / information purposes channel. So please take it for that. If you do feel like Nvidia is something you want to put on the short list, I would ask you to go out and do your own independent research and figure out what you want to accomplish. Go figure out your own individual research and figure out what you want to accomplish. I think if you do that, you will give yourself an opportunity to put yourself in position to do some big things. That's what I would recommend you do. If it were me, I would certainly do that. I would certainly do that, right? So think about that, guys. If you would, I certainly appreciate that. And let's see here. Oh yeah, I had to excommunicate somebody real quick from the chat. Told y'all I got the ability to do that. I can't excommunicate a joker. I just excommunicated one. So y'all might not see that person in the chat no more. They've been excommunicata. Kata. Y'all go look that up. So listen here, man. Y'all have a rest of a good Friday. Please consider transferring some wealth to yourself if you don't mind. Please consider that. Also consider joining the private mentorship club, the Wealth Builders, the Nvidians. Also, get down in the description box and click on the Moo link and get you up to 20 free stocks, guys. Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself. How about that? How about that? Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself today. Listen, man, last temperature check, and this is for the Nvidians over on the wealth building platform on Patreon. Wealth Builders, 128.33. This is what I want y'all to do for me, Wealth Builders. In the community chat, on the Patreon side, fastest growing financial community on Patreon, Wealth Builders, I want y'all to give me your prediction of what this stock price will be on Thursday, August 29. I want y'all to drop that in the community chat. Let me know what you think it's going to be. I want to hear y'all's opinions. And then what I'll do is sometime later this afternoon, later tonight, when I get to my destination, I'll get in I'm gonna be in the community chat before that, but I want to see what y'all say. But then I'll respond and give you my opinion. I'll give y'all my opinion, what I think it's going to be. And I know some of y'all think you know, because I've been saying it all along, but you don't really know. So let's have a little fun with this thing, Nvidians. And that's for my 1,000 folks over in the private mentorship club. Just a little FYI for y'all that don't know who I'm talking to. It would be the Wealth Builders. There's 1,000 of us. We're called Nvidians. We're different. We're built different. We're building a lot of wealth. We ain't letting nobody stand in our way. We helping others. We're going to do what we got to do to get there. Appreciate y'all, man. Lock it in with a thumbs up before you get out of here. Thoughts become things. See it in your mind. Hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy. Get wealthy. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Peace.